taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Obviously, we just got the news regarding one Naoya Inoue, aka the Monster, that he will finally be going for an undisputed title at the end of this year. I know the only title he doesn't have in his grasp is the WBO, held by one Paul Butler. So now, obviously, I know, everyone says, "Oh, Paul Butler," like, nah, he shouldn't even go after. He should just go over 122. Like, if you follow what we've been talking about with Monster, Monster has, he ignites a lot of strong reactions from people. Some of it is positive, and some of it is just like, people want to be idiots about him, he's not he's not one of the top fighters in the world, which he clearly is. And some people think he's overhyped, or it's like, or they base his career off the two fights with Donaire, for better or for worse. And they don't even be making sense too when they try to who's Donaire, but then they don't see that Donaire is actually, in between the fight, was actually bodying people in his division still, like badly bodying people. So it's just like, like Monster, people. But like I said, we mentioned before, it's the whole bias. Like, if you're fighting under 126 pounds, America doesn't really want to. America has a complex between the little guys fighting. So you really want it to die, but that's like one of the people, I guess, feel that way. It's the same thing with like women's boxing too. They don't want to know that it exists, or don't care about it, or it's one of those antiquated mind states.
They support by not watching. That's what I was told.
Yeah, see, it's silly shit like that. So it's like, but then the fact that Monster gets all this praise and he's fighting 118 pounds doesn't sit well with a lot of people for different reasons.
Get over it.
Yeah, and so like him,
get the fuck over it.
Yeah, so him going for this now, it's significant because the bantamweight division has not seen an undisputed champion in probably like 50 years. It's
about to be the easiest undisputed we've ever seen.
Yeah,
hold on, I mean, y'all forgetting Crawford run at 140?
No, this is even easier than that.
Nigga,
I don't know about that. The Crawford.
No, I mean, like in like the last. Sorry, maybe I'm thinking like the final fight. Like the final fight.
Oh, okay, just say that, because Crawford wasn't fighting no goddamn Nonito Donaire.
No, you're right. Oh, I'll clarify that.
But the only difference is, at least, Ndago, at least he unified before going into that, which is
against who? Like, just because you fought some bums at the skating rink don't mean you a goddamn boxer.
He took a 0 and then he beat up Ricky Burns. Like he unified.
Something like 1,000
Paul
people
Butler
did
pretty much, was damn near was. He's a decent fighter. I'm not gonna say, but he got his belt a little bit easier than Ndago did.
Yeah, he did.
So it's like, so Butler. Obviously, Butler was confident because Butler is smart. He knows that he got the belt now. That puts him in a position to actually get a fight like this. Because Japan will pay him for that belt. They will. They'll pay for him to come over there and get his belt job, or taken away, or however Monster wants to do it. But he's gonna drop that belt in December, and then clearly, and Monster's already said it too, that this will probably be his last fight at bantamweight because he wants an undisputed title. And like I said before, I'm happy that more of these fighters, if there's one thing I'm happy that's going on there, is that fighters actually want to wrap up their divisions. Like, because before that, it was just like, it was maddening to see fighters like Danny Garcia, not wanting to get the third belt the proper way, and then ducking the fourth belt, and then fighting all these fucking ridiculous ass fights that went nowhere, shit like that. Not wanting to wrap up their divisions properly.
What Crawford's doing now at welterweight.
Nigga, that only has one belt. He's trying to actually go after that other belt, and Spence vice versa.
It's a lot harder to do it when there's actual credible challenges.
You know, but with Garcia was doing some roundabout shit, like been around the world type shit. Like this nigga wasn't, and that's why
faced and beat better odds than Crawford at that division.
That's why Dennis Garcia's career is in the dumps. He's not pound for pound nothing. Like, you know, because
hold on. How the fuck we even talking about Danny Garcia like this?
We're not about to make this a swift fucking slander.
Because he didn't wrap up his division, so it's nice to see that fighters like Monster, who's a future Hall of Famer and a future all-time great, that actually wants to wrap up the division.
See, there was a comment that I, decided not to read, but I'm gonna just go back to it. Let me scroll up. Joshua would lose too much to be great. Bars. Roll top 5.
See, but then Rome was a Wilder stand, so coming from them, that's not really much.
But he saw Wilder lose to Fury. Like history know that much.
History will be kinder to Joshua than Wilder. That's for damn sure.
I don't even know about that, son. I don't.
Well, yeah, clearly, like when your best win is fucking Lajkovic, then I do say so. Yeah, that's his top 3 win. Yes,
I don't know because it's like for some reason, like Wilder's looked at as different now. Like, begging to see him fight. Joshua's
Well, the reason why is because they don't, because American audiences don't like to see non-Americans dominating the division, and the fact that the Wilder is the only American representative, which as a nigga that watched 90s heavyweight boxing, the whole thing behind that absolutely makes me it's hilarious to me. They're like, oh wow, this is the excitement in the division. Well, what was you wouldn't say nothing. You should have been telling them like, you gotta improve your boxing. These niggas are boxing the fuck up and they're beating you down. Instead of like, oh, he's so exciting, he's tough, he's a warrior. Yeah, but the separation between him and the actual top talent in his division is wide because of that. Like the shit that I preached about, but niggas didn't want to know the ledge. So you get what you get, but we miss Wilder, blah 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 blah. Well,
all I know is like whenever a Wilder fight is announced, it's like he get the streets buzzing, people care. I don't know, I don't know, I feel like Joshua really needs a good win right now. To like Wilder's ahead of this nigga now.
No, he's not. Yeah, absolutely not. This nigga got deleted twice in both brutal fashion. No, he's absolutely not.
I'm talking about for me personally. Like Joshua still got the better resume, better career. But as far as the casuals, they don't look at it.
Yeah, the casual attention. Yeah, because Wilder, has that one punch man shit. Versus that's he can get boxed up. But niggas, it's just like Jake the Snake, and the DDT. Like Jake the Snake will do all this other shit. But niggas don't really pop until this nigga hits the DDT on somebody, and then he lets the snake crawl over him. That's basically what Wilder is to box to me. Like that's what it is.
This nigga said, "Nigga, Wilder trash."
You know what I'm saying?
Fury would piece up Joshua too. Yeah, he would now, but
but yeah, like I said, it's just like, but that same excitement. People should be excited about Monster too, because like the Monster does what Wilder does, but he does it against far better opponents and just as brutally, but he gets,
and with actual boxing skills behind it. Like it's not no crude windmill shit.
Yeah, no, but he gets more criticism than Wilder too. So tell me how that makes sense. Like, why does Monster get the criticism? Like he doesn't fight nobody, but Wilder is
Monster ain't a heavyweight. Monster's not American. Yeah. And even then, it's like more Americans are coming around to supporting him. I mean, so even the responses we get in the video, like people want to see objective boxing conversation. So he'll get it. I think it's just Monster needs to fight over here again and get an opponent that's more known.
Right, and then obviously the whole plan is now once he takes the belt from Paul Butler by brutal knockout, probably within 2 rounds. And becomes undisputed bantamweight champion. He's going to 122, and as we mentioned before in our last podcast about Monster, Stephen Fulton is now being called the baseline to Monster's greatness, whereas Monster's greatness has been established in the 3 divisions he's operated in. Obviously, clearly that is a marquee fight. Like Monster Fulton is, as long as Fulton has his belts and maybe Fulton unifies, become undisputed before Monster settles into 122. It's a money fight. It should happen, but it's just that's what what makes me it just makes me a little angry. It's like, I mean, Fulton shouldn't be put like Fulton already is doing good work at 122. Like we all put respect on Stephen Fulton. Like, you know, dude is a dog. Like, you know, like his nickname, you know, it's not really, you know, Cool Boy is what it is, but you know, he's a dog in the ring, and we respect that. So it's like,
hold on, what's wrong with his nickname? What's Cool Boy? What's
it just probably needs a different moniker, you know. I mean, I don't like it or hate it. It's just like,
it's not, it doesn't scream superstar. Like,
it doesn't scream Philly to me. Cool Boy. No, that's just, you know, that's
what does it scream?
That nickname needs to get maybe go by Scooter. The other one they call him, but
Scooter is even worse.
Yeah, but I mean,
Scooter's like a nickname. Yeah, like, you don't put that on a boxer.
It's not a boxing nickname. If a boxer's named Scooter, I'm gonna think he's a running ass nigga.
Scooter, this nigga go scoot around the ring? Nah.
Cool Boy Steph's all kind of.
Cool Boy Steph. I mean, that works. I don't know. Y'all niggas, he's just hating boxer nicknames now. At least it's original. I mean, tired of everybody naming themselves goddamn Hitman or Iron or Tyson or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Originality in this generation is hard to come by, really, if we want to be 100%. You know.
They got the most content and shit to pull from.
Yeah.
Niggas got like 1,000 animes and shit out now, 1,000 to 2,000 TV shows and shit. Back in the day, it's like you had like 15 shows to pull from.
Right, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna call myself Little Dynamite or some shit.
You know,
like even the special moves you made up couldn't get too serious because you didn't use like you had what Fireball, like these little niggas be seeing all types of shit now. Motherfuckers dropping meteors from the sky and all this shit. Like, nah. I mean, I remember Nate Campbell, Galaxy Warrior. Like even then,
that shit was kind of hard though.
It was different. It was hard. Like, I just feel like when I hear that, I'm just thinking like this nigga about to like float to the rig and like do some crazy like space shit. Like,
I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, in terms of like nicknames, I mean, I never liked Andre Ward's nicknames. Like you know, I mean, SOG was always pretentious to me. It was like, bruh, like, no.
Oh, so you the only son of God, nigga? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know, it's like I'm gonna need you to calm all that down. You know. Boxer nicknames. Yeah, we might need to do a segment about that at some point. You know, yeah, boxer nicknames are like everything. But yeah, that's just my little side rant on Fulton. But Fulton itself, like I said, you know, Fulton versus Monster is a damn good fight. We want to see it. But if Fulton does beat Monster, that shouldn't be the reason why Monster gets invalidated or any of that shit. Like that's just how it's supposed to be. Like, you know, it shouldn't be that. It just shouldn't go like that. But people are gonna want to do that. That's the problem.
So that's what people are gonna say. I told you so.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be like, I told you so. It's like, you know, ain't no Chinese dude gonna beat no damn Stephen Fulton. You know, and I'm just saying Chinese because there's probably gonna be some more racially charged epithets being used. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I'm just being real because that's how some of this boxing shit works. Like,
it is. It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I say, though, I'm excited if once this Undisputed style is done. You know, Monster pretty much like I think that's part of the criteria now for today's all-time fights because you know today's fighters don't really move the way they need to. So, if they get an Undisputed title around that, at least I know they're probably serious about their legacy, what they're leaving behind in boxing. So, Monster clearly I think recognizes that fact. So the unified in the original 8th division that hasn't been unified in 50 years, huge accomplishment, you know. And if he does it, should be lauded for it. Like, you know, and then 122 because I think that's probably the biggest question: will his power move up to 122? I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, you know, but sometimes the lighter weights are different, man. With this moving up, like Donaire has had all-time great power up to 118. At 122 and 126, it appeared, but it didn't sound like the fighters was able to shake it off more.
Yeah, it was just good power. It was like your standard good power for that division, meaning Donaire could still buzz you and he could rock you, whatever, but it just took more to hurt you or to drop you.
Right. Yeah, and of course I like to use my my other example with Vic Darchinyan. Like Vic Darchinyan was a murderous puncher at 112 or 115, but when he got to 118, you know, dude was a little ordinary, and he got
actually calmed down.
Yeah, he got more ordinary. You know, before he used to be like opponents feeling his power. Now he was feeling his opponent's power getting knocked out over. That's how it was. So like, I mean, there's a good chance that maybe he goes to 122, and the shit that he was doing in the other 3 divisions won't do much. But like I said, it remains to be seen. Like I said, Paul Bullock, like I said, he's a good fighter, but none of us think that he's some sort of Iron Chin or anything like that. I'm just reading Android's comments. He says, I think Monster keeps it up to 126. And
I can see that.
I can see that too. I absolutely can see that. You know, but I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, because I'm pretty sure he probably will go up to 126 at some point. You know, I'd say maybe give it about 3-4 years, maybe.
God damn. He gonna be winding down that career. It's like with boxing now, I don't expect guys to have long careers. The sport takes too long. The sport moves too slow too.
I mean, we're past the days of the James Tonys who used to fight non-titles just to make sure he kept his skills sharp.
Should we not even getting the Nonito Daenerys from like 2013?
yo, that's absolute facts. That's straight facts.
Like, let alone a fucking James Toney from '93, like
that's absolute facts.
Or 2003, like
that's also facts. Yes.
So it's like, man, this is hopeless. But I don't even know there's much of this to say. Like, I know what everybody really want to talk about, though.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I said, I mean, we salute Monster. You know, hopefully, like I said, you know, this fight is made and he becomes undisputed champion, because they're already letting us know this is gonna happen on Tuesday morning on ESPN Plus. So like, yeah, we're gonna have to wake up. We're gonna have to wake up early for that one.
God damn it!
Now, this is the only time where Pilot is in a disadvantage, because literally that's when he's actually sleeping.
On a rare occasion, yeah. God
yeah, on the rare occasion.
Literally woke up 20 minutes after fucking Nonito got knocked out. Pissed me off. I woke up in the beginning and fell back asleep. God damn, man.
Damn. Can't hang with the big boys. Let's stay up until your goddamn the zoo card.
Yeah.
It's a Pogs.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Monster is like, nah, I'm good.
Oh shit. No.